Hello everyone, this is Komal Said from Outline Media, and here we are again with Dr. Anu Sidhu, who is sharing her vast knowledge and expertise in the field of chemistry. So, Dr. Anu, how are you today?
I'm super fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. So, Dr. Anu, in the last session, we discussed about mixtures and pure substances. So, what are we going to learn from you today?
Yes, so today, first, I'll review a little bit about the pure substances and mixture. Pure substances, as I told, that they are made up of same kind of particles, and those particles are combined in a fixed ratio by mass. Whereas a mixture, the components are mixed in any proportion by mass. So today, my main focus is about categorizing the pure substances. So there will be two categories for pure substances. Pure substances are classified in two main categories, that is elements and compounds.
So, what do you mean by compounds?
Compounds are made up of atoms of two different elements. They are combined in a fixed ratio by mass. Like for example, I have this, can you see this? This is marble chips. Marble chips is basically calcium carbonate. So it is made up of calcium, carbon, and oxygen. So it means it is a compound. It is made up of one calcium atom, one carbon atom, and three oxygen atom. So this is, the common name is called marble chips, and the chemical name is calcium carbonate. Similarly, we have this calcium hydroxide. We always store these chemicals in small bottles as a sample. So this is calcium hydroxide. And this is made up of one calcium, two oxygens, and two hydrogens. So these are called compounds.
Wow, interesting. What are inorganic compounds?
So compounds are classified in two main categories. So even the compounds have those categories, that is inorganic compounds and organic compounds. Inorganic compounds are those which the source is from the rocks and minerals. We, like, for example, marble chips we get from the rocks and minerals. You know what the rocks are? Rocks and minerals are basically the earthy substances from which we are able to get the minerals, and from those minerals from which we are able to extract the compounds, those metals, with a lot of efficiency. No, then that is known as the ore. So, like for example, rock salt which we eat, NaCl, that is a compound. We get that from the sea, right? Because of the weathering of the rocks. So you will find all the inorganic compounds, like whether it is calcium hydroxide, it is magnesium carbonate, it is sodium chloride, magnesium chloride. All these inorganic compounds, the source is mainly the rocks or minerals or sea, and they are not made up of carbon actually. It means there is no bond of carbon and carbon. There is carbon, but there is no bond between carbon and carbon. So they are categorized as the inorganic compounds.
Okay, interesting. So, what do you mean by organic compounds?
Organic compounds are basically called the carbon compounds. Carbon compounds are called organic compounds. Like for example, uh, clothes. This is organic compound. Like for example, I have this paper. Paper is an organic compound. Why? Because whenever they are burned, you get ash as the carbon. You see, when the paper is burned, what you get is a black carbon. No, when the cloth is burned, we get carbon. Similarly, for example, this bread. Bread is an organic compound because when it is burned, it is carbon. Yeah. Similarly, I have this butter. Butter is an organic compound because when butter is burned completely, it is organic compound. It is carbon. Milk. So all the organic compounds, basically the origin is plants and animals. Okay, like for example, we get cotton, we get silk. So the origin is basically the living resources. So the organic compounds, the main origin is plants and animals, and whenever the organic compounds are burned, we always get carbon as the residue.
This is getting more interesting with each,
Questions?
time. So,
Yes.
Dr. Sidhu, will you give us a few demonstration about the demonstration of elements and compounds?
Yes. So as I told you, the pure substances are classified in elements and compounds. Compounds are inorganic and organic. Inorganic compounds have the origin like rocks or minerals or sea, and organic compounds has the origin as plants and animals. And I gave you this example of bread, which is an organic compound, right? I gave you the example of butter, which is an organic compound, and the example of calcium hydroxide, that is lime. This is an inorganic compound. And here we have like marble chips again, which is an inorganic compound. Now let us move further to the element side. Elements are classified as metals, non-metals, and metalloids. All these elements are found in nature by themselves. Some elements are highly reactive, so they are found in a molecular form, like nitrogen gas. It is N2. Oxygen gas is O2. So we will find all the elements in our nature. But how the elements, they are classified? So we have the periodic table in chemistry. So maybe later on, once we have the periodic table session, I'll discuss about how the elements are arranged in the periodic tables. But yes, to cut the story short, elements are classified in three main classes, that is metals, non-metals, and metalloids. But what are their positions in the periodic table, where they are situated? We'll go into the detail of that. So coming to the metals, like for example, this is a silver glass. So silver is a metal. Like for example, this is copper. Copper is a metal. Yes. And I have this is aluminum. Aluminum is a metal. I have all these metals here in this batter dish. So you can see here I have this aluminum metal. Here I have this is the zinc here. Zinc pieces are here. So all these are metals. And then we have this, like for example, sulfur. Can you see that part? Sulfur is a non-metal. Sulfur is a non-metal. It is light yellow in color, and we can see this sulfur powder here. So this is a non-metal. Sulfur is a non-metal. Oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, all these are non-metals. Like for example, if you ask me what happens when the zinc is with sulfur, like I have put the zinc piece in sulfur. Do you think is it a mixture, or is it a compound? Of course, this is a mixture, because through hand picking, I'm able to separate the zinc from the sulfur, right? So so now the question arises, then what is this compound called zinc sulfide? Because zinc sulfide is made up of zinc and sulfur. So if I am keeping this zinc piece in this sulfur powder, this is not reacting. This is just the mixture. So it means there are some conditions when the zinc is going to react with sulfur, right? It means we have to give some heating. We have to heat it so that the zinc is able to combine with sulfur to give us a compound. Otherwise, right now, it is a mixture of zinc piece and sulfur, and we are able to separate it. I just picked that up. So that is the difference between the elements and the compounds. Like elements, the atoms of the elements, they combine to give us the compounds.
You surely do know how to keep your audience engaged. So, Dr. Sidhu, do you have any questions for your audience today?
Yes, I have two questions for my audience, and I'm still waiting for the answers for my previous questions. I'll repeat my previous questions. The first question is, who created matter and how matter was created? Today, the question is, what is the last naturally occurring element in this universe? And my second question is, how many elements are discovered so far?
Okay, so it's again lovely to have you on board. So hope you all enjoyed and learned from today's session. We will continue these sessions based on your knowledge and about on your feedback. Please like and subscribe Dr. Sidhu's Academy and Outline Media on YouTube. This is Komal Said from Outline Media signing off.
This is the live demo of classification of pure substances. Pure substances are classified as compounds and elements. Compounds are classified as organic compounds and inorganic compounds. Examples of organic compounds are bread, butter. The examples of inorganic compound is calcium hydroxide and marble chips, that is calcium carbonate. Here we have elements. Elements are classified as metals, non-metals, and metalloids. Examples of metals here are silver. Here we have aluminum. This is aluminum. We have zinc. These are the zinc pieces. Copper. This is the copper wire here. And non-metal is sulfur. That is yellow powder. That is sulfur. And silicon as a metalloid, which is used in your electronic devices like phone. Thank you.